Internet! How the hell are you? Me? I'm doing alright. If you follow me around, you might have noticed. Oh yeah, what did I do? Let's just get this out of the way. This will make things interesting to review. So, I got this lovely swollen finger. It doesn't really bend that well right now, so I can't really fidget with it. Ooh, what is that? Can we do that? Yeah, I can't really. I guess I can do that a little bit. But we're mainly going to be going lefty, so I apologize in advance for any awkward fidgetness. I'm pretty good with my left hand, actually, so we should be all right here. But yeah, just wanted to say, get that out of the way. Busted up my finger a little bit. I was trying to move a bookcase by myself, and I didn't actually drop the bookcase on my finger. I kind of jammed the finger, and I think I sprained it, but I'm too cheap to go see a doctor. Hashtag America. Anyway, what do we got today? We got some damn designs goodness. We got some more damn designs goodness coming up later this week, but look at us outside doing a review. It's been a while. I don't think I've actually done one at all this summer. I recorded one, didn't like how it came out. There's something about doing it at my desk with my setup I got used to, and having all my spinners around and my scales and all my stuff. So I find that when I'm doing reviews outside, I have less stuff to distract me, so the reviews aren't quite as long, and it just didn't seem like a really good one. But I think we can make it work today. I also don't have a beer, sad news. And it's also hot out, right? 85 degrees. Ooh, look at that apple stock. Did you see that? 219.45. Woo! Anyway, yeah, damn design. So this is the Astra. This is up on pre-order right now. I believe it's going to be shipping around September 15th. Now, a couple things. This is more or less a finished version, but it is essentially a prototype. Prior to Adrian sending this out from Damn Designs, or I guess after sending it out rather, not prior to, he's changed the design of this a little bit. He's slimmed the arms a little bit. So right now, I don't have my scales and stuff like that with me, but we were looking at about 60, I think 60 millimeters wide. He's narrowed the arms. You can see a picture on the website. I'll have a link in the description of this video, down to about 55 millimeters. So it's a little smaller, it's a little lighter. I don't have my scale. I want to say right now this is stainless steel, weighs in the neighborhood of around, boy, I want to say right around 95 to 100 grams. It doesn't feel maybe quite that heavy. Maybe a little bit more. I've got the thinner buttons on here. I'm not 100% sure which buttons it comes with. We'll give you a sneak peek at tomorrow's video. These are what he sent me. And we got some tall, chunky buttons, and then we've got some thin buttons. So we'll be looking at this tomorrow. But just speaking about those two buttons, I've switched them around a little bit, and on this one I actually like the narrower buttons, and the other one I think I like the taller buttons a little bit more, but I am more of a slimmer button kind of guy. But yeah, excellent buttons, much like the last Damn Design stuff we looked at. It was I think a couple weeks ago now. They've got a really nice concave kind of a thing. They're just really nice, well done, solid buttons. So looking at the spinner itself, ooh, press fit. Yes, we like that. We like the press fit. So really nice and smooth. I don't know, there's just something about press fit, the feel, the feedback it gets. It's a subtle thing, but if you're someone that's switching your bearings around all the time and really liking different feels, there's something about a press fit feel you can probably appreciate. But they are, if we take a look at the bearings in there, hybrid ceramic, 8 balls with that nylon cage. So I think that's pretty standard for Damn Designs these days, and it's a nice bearing. It's one I like, with it really nice and clean. It's pretty smooth, but offers a little bit of feedback, decent spin time. It's a pretty good all-around bearing. So all right, so we'll crank this on here. So how is this guy to fidget with? This is nice. It reminds me in some ways, and I don't know why, I guess I'll try to talk through it, but you guys remember that fidget spot spinner I looked at a while ago? It's obviously a lot bigger than that. The weight is significantly different. The fidgetability is really different, but there's something about that triangle shape, and maybe it's just because they're both from Damn Designs, I'm not sure. But it really just, any way you grab it, it looks like maybe you would have some issues. I guess that's probably it, right? You might think like, oh, you'd have some issues kind of like pushing, because it's not a very deep cut here, right? It's pretty, I mean, it obviously goes down, but it doesn't go down a ton, but like really pushing off isn't an issue with this. Sorry, with the awkwardness of the left hand. But I can get some pretty good spins just pushing off here. Get good spins. Pulling, obviously pulling is my preferred style, and this guy really shines at that. So, but yeah, in the stainless steel, it's a pretty solid weight, but it still throws really well. Sometimes you get those really big heavy spinners, and this looks like it could potentially be one, because it is a pretty, like, and again, he's cutting the size down of it a little bit, but that's not what I have, so it's hard to speak to that specifically. But you can get this up to speed. Like I can do a preloaded flick and feel like we're at full speed, more or less. And I'm at 60 frames, so the warping is, I don't know if we can really warp unless I do it two-handed. And two-handed might be a little tough. There we go, we get it a little bit there. Woo! Sorry. Anyway, it is hot, I'm sweating. But yeah, it fidgets really well. So the cutouts in here actually do a lot to reduce some central weight. So it doesn't increase the spin time as much as I thought, but I haven't really jammed on this a lot in terms of really trying to maximize the spin time. So I think I could do better than what I've got going on in here. But we've got about I think 6 minutes and 50 seconds is what I got. So right around 7 minutes on a table spin. So that's not too bad. You know, there is a lot of weight on the outside, but these arms taper in quite a bit from like how far the weight is out here to how far it is in here. So weight distribution probably isn't as great as it looks like it would be for spin time, but 7 minutes is decent enough. And again, I think if you really worked at it, or you know, through some of those high performing bearings that you get in there, these ones are actually pretty good for spin time. And sometimes, depending on the version, just like anything, sometimes you get that grail bearing and can really crank it up and rival, you know, the high velocities and the HC2s from FC Essentials, that stuff. So, but fidgetability is where it's really at the end of the day, and this is kind of where this guy shines. Really good to pull, really good to flick. The texture on this guy, so it's got sort of like this brushed finish on the outside. That feels pretty smooth. It doesn't really feel like a brush, but then we've got kind of that iconic Damn Designs. I don't even know what you call it. I mean, I guess they're machining. It's not even like machining marks. It's like a machining texture. It's really nice. Got that Damn Designs logo lasered on there, nice and subtle. Which, especially if you're really trying to test your bearings out and do spin times, it's nice to know, like, hey, you know, depending on which way the bearing's in here, you always want that shield up. So you want it like this when you're doing spin time, so you can be like, oh, I always put my Damn Design logo up if I'm really trying to work on that spin time. So that's fun. But just really a solid all-around spinner. So we didn't even talk about the price yet, which is probably the best thing. 45 bucks. What? 45 bucks for the Astra? Yes, sir. So that's a heck of a deal in my opinion. I mean, this is a solid, nice chunk. It fidgets well. It's got a nice aesthetic. So if you're someone like me that likes the slightly simpler designs, right? You don't like some things over the top. It's nice. Like always, Damn Designs, I don't know if they must do it intentionally, because the hot spot issue is not to be found. We've got this nice subtle chamfer right here. So you don't really get any hot spot issues at all with this guy. At least not that I've found. So yeah, really, really happy with this. Even if you get on the top of the arm, there's a little bit to grip onto. So you can really hit it any way you like. Which the more ways you can hit it, the better, right? Like everybody's fidgeting style is probably a little bit different. And if you can hit it a lot of different ways, it's just going to work probably for everybody. So I haven't really found many issues in this, so apologize for the awkwardness of the left hand. But there you have it, the Astra by Damn Designs. So pretty happy with this one. I feel like, let's see, what do we want to rate this? Ooh, that's kind of like a little, almost looks like a I guess it's like a Star of David. I was gonna say, like, looks like a star because my thumb's covering up one of the arms, but if I do that, then you're gonna get the 6 arms. That's neato. Yeah, I feel like it's hard for me to rate this one also too, because I'm trying to think of like what it would be like if it was a little lighter. I think I would actually like it being a little smaller and a little lighter, and it's still going to be pretty big. Like it's still going to be a 55 millimeter arm length, which anything in the probably sub 50s, sub 45 starts feeling like the mini spinners, and probably anything under 40 is going to 40 to 35 is probably going to start feeling like those micro spinners. So at 55, it's still going to be a pretty decent size, but it's going to have, you know, weight reduced in such a way, because it is thick too, like it's a thick slab, which is nice. But it's going to have the weight reduced, you know, from the cutouts in the arms. So I'm sad this wasn't in tungsten. I did pre-order this in tungsten, and he had balance issues. And it was like this nice kind of polished looking tungsten, but it was not to be. So it'll be what it is. Even for the night, about to take the crib, you go home, all right. Snake, snake, rat, rat, the cat and dog. How you gonna live when you in the fog? That's off DMX's second album. It's actually featuring Marilyn Manson, one of the first, I think, like rap, rock. I guess I can't really say that because what Aerosmith and Run DMC had that action, but not a lot of rap and rock kind of mix. But DMX and Marilyn Manson, there you have it. Anywho, the Astra, we dig it. So there you have it, internets. Until next time, kisses. Oh, I thought I might be able to just like, yeah, let's do it again.